Guys, PlayStation Experience 2016 just finished up. There was so much announced. There were some really cool games announced. And I mean, the reactions were awesome by the crowd. And some of the games were huge, especially the one at the end, which we'll get to. But there was so much stuff announced. I just wanted to go through it as fast as I can for you guys. Because if I take forever on this list, we're going to be here for a long, long time. It was that many games that were announced. And I did my best to write everything down as it was going on. But at one point, they were just throwing games at us left and right, and it was so hard to keep up. But we're gonna go through them real quick, and I'm gonna pick out some of my favorite games that were announced, so let's get into it real quick. So pretty early on, we got hit with Marvel vs. Capcom. We actually pretty much called that because we actually had a leak before, and in our other video, and we talked about how Marvel vs. Capcom 4 would probably be at the PlayStation event, and we called that one. But what was really cool was they showed Mega Man, Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Ryu. They showed some pretty cool characters, and the graphics looked really good. And they also showed 2-on-2 battles, which was interesting, different at least. We'll see how it controls, obviously, when it becomes available, whether through demo or when we can buy it. But the other one that they came out with, they showed us Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and that is going to the PS4, and it's actually available, according to them, right now. Like now. You can go get it now if you want. So check that out if you're into Marvel vs. Capcom. Another cool fighter to check out if you're into like fighting games like King of Fighter or something like that. They did announce that Garo Mark of the Wolves was available today. I actually played a lot of that a long time ago on the Dreamcast. Great game, and they said it's also available today. If you want to download it, you might see it in the marketplace while you're browsing around for a fighting game. So check that out too. Now on to some of the bigger stuff. They announced, they showed Gravity Rush 2, you can play as Raven. They showed Knack 2, which is interesting. I played the first Knack, it was okay. It wasn't bad, it was an interesting little kind of platformer game. It was fun, I don't know, it was one of the games that came out on the PS4 when it first launched, so of course, a lot of people kind of went by that, didn't look at it too much. I think 2 will probably do a better job. They probably had more development time with the system, and I think it'll probably play better. I'll check it out at some point, but just some of the other games that were announced, I might not have time for it, to be honest. They showed us Yakuza 6 coming over. They also showed us Yakuza Kiwami coming over as well to the PS4. And then they went off and showed us Nier, the new Nier game, which looked pretty cool. I was a big fan of the first Nier on the PS3. I played that a lot, and it was pretty good. It wasn't bad. And then they also showed us Pyre, which is like a indie game that was made by the people who made Bastion, and I like Bastion a lot, so I'll check out Pyre because that actually looks pretty good. Man, this list is crazy long, my gosh. Showed us a new trailer for Gran Turismo Sport. Did tell us it was going to be in 4K. I kind of figured it would, considering I'm sure when the Scorpio comes out, Forza will go into 4K mode as well, so they need something to kind of battle that. Showed us Dreadnought, that's coming out 2017. It looked pretty cool, looked like a very big, like epic space battles game where you're fighting with a ton of ships in space. It looked awesome. I am a fan of those kind of games. I really want to play Star Citizen when I get a chance as well, but Dreadnought looked really cool for the PS4. Maybe they'll add VR support at some point for it. Those kind of games are perfect for VR since you're inside the cockpit and everything, and you can use controls and everything, so I think that would actually be perfect for VR. But getting onto VR, they showed a huge package of games for the VR, just one after the other, games, and I think this is the year they're really going to push the VR. Obviously, they need to keep it selling, but it looked like there were a lot of arena-style shooters. Specifically, they had one where you're actually in a ship flying around battling others in other ships. It looked kind of neat for the VR, so I'll be looking forward to that, and maybe eventually it'll be worth getting a VR unit. I will see. So we saw a big trailer for Horizon Zero Dawn. I already know the game's gonna be awesome. It looks really good. Again, it just kind of reinforces the fact that there's a big game, and I'm looking forward to it. Didn't really see anything new. It just looked really cool and fun, and it's actually not far away anyway. It's in February, so I'll be looking towards that anyway. And then we did see Lara Croft Go, which is from the creators of Hitman Go. It looks very similar to Hitman Go, where it's kind of like that strategy-based, almost RPG style. So that looks interesting. I don't think the crowd was expecting that when Square popped up. I think they were looking for like Kingdom Hearts or something like that. I'm not sure, but we'll keep an eye out for that. I was actually really surprised Kingdom Hearts was not at this press. It showed us that Parappa the Rapper 2 is coming, which is great. It's like a demo that they're doing for it, but it's really just a remastered. It's not really a second one. A lot of people were hoping that it would become Parappa the Rapper 2, and I think a lot of people jumped the gun because online, as they were showing the trailer, people were posting, oh boy, Parappa the Rapper 2. It's a remaster. You know what? That's fine. It's going to be like new visuals and everything, I assume, just kind of smoothing out how grainy the PS1 would look if you stretched it to a 1080p screen or a 4K screen, because they did say it's all getting 4K support, and by what I mean by all is they're also bringing over Loco Roco, and they're also bringing over Patapon. All the rhythm games are coming to the PS4. I like Patapon. I played a little bit of Loco Roco. It was okay, but I really liked Parappa the Rapper as most of us did, based on how the price is of that game on the PS1 now. So that'll be cool. And they did tell us a demo is out now. Like, we can go download the demo for Parappa the Rapper Remastered, and I will probably do that in a little bit actually here. They showed us 2 games that I'm really excited for, mostly because I really enjoyed them either on the PS3 or a long time ago on the Neo Geo. And what I'm talking about is Ni no Kuni 2, which, the first Ni no Kuni, if you have not played it, you're doing yourself a disservice. Go get it on the PS3 if you have one available. It's like $20 now, and it is an awesome RPG. The art style was great, story was awesome, and the battle was pretty good too. I'm really happy they did not give up on that franchise, because I know the sales weren't where they wanted them to be. I'm very happy that they are pushing forward with a second one, because I will be buying it on the day it comes out. Ni no Kuni, I remember I got about 2 or 3 weeks after it came out, kind of on a whim, like, oh, I'll try this, it looks good. I really like RPGs, I was looking for a good RPG. Bought it, was not at all disappointed. I still play it now and then, even after beating it twice. So it's a great game. I'll be getting the second one, obviously. And then they came out and they announced a game that some people in the crowd were kind of confused by. Didn't really look like they all knew what it was. I knew what it was immediately. I was really excited. I was actually texting one of my friends because we play it all the time, and that's Windjammers. We play it basically the only way we can play it now, which is through MAME, because they have a Neo Geo arcade machine for your computer, essentially. And we play it all the time, and I was like, man, how great would it be if there was online gameplay? Now, if you don't know what Windjammers is, it was an older game that was on the Neo Geo, and that was the system that had the big cartridges. And it was almost like an ultimate Frisbee style Pong game, where you have combatants in an arena with almost like a tennis court, but you take a Frisbee and you throw it. It can bang off the walls, you can have like curved shots, you have super moves, and it's just a really fast-paced, really fun game. Basically what happens when it gets past you, there are different spots that are worth more points than the others, and I think it's like the first one to like 11 wins, and it's just an awesome game. It's really cool. I would go back and check it out if you can. Maybe you get like the MAME emulator and just try it, or just check out the trailer. It's a lot of fun. I'll be getting it definitely on the PS4 and apparently on the Vita. And now that I say that, let me touch on this real quick. It almost seems like they were making fun of the Vita, or at least they're making fun of themselves for ignoring the Vita, because you have this guy who's obviously standing up there saying, and it's going to the Vita. They gave him a Vita just to basically throw it up there and be like, and it's going to the Vita. And it's going to the Vita. Like every game that was going to the Vita, they wanted him to basically do that. I don't know if they're trying to get it over as a joke or what, because there was obvious that they were ignoring the Vita for the past like 2 years almost now. And even people in the crowd were basically saying, what about the Vita? And let's get into the big game. The one that everyone in the audience was waiting for the entire time. I think towards the end, I don't know if they meant to put all these these smaller trailers or games that the people there probably didn't care about. Like MLB The Show 17. I'm sure it's a great baseball game. I played some of the older ones. It's awesome, but we're getting towards the end of the whole conference, and of course people in the crowd are getting a little shifty and like, when are we seeing it? Come on, I know we're pretty sure you have it. We've been seeing rumors. The Last of Us Part 2 is what everybody in the audience came there to see. It's what everyone was waiting for towards the end, and when they finally showed it, you could see the crowd just start getting real excited. The text box and Twitch just started going crazy. Last of Us 2, Last of Us 2, and yes, they showed it. And it was an awesome trailer. I don't want to talk about the trailer too much, because if you're playing through the first one now, or you haven't played it at all, there are spoilers in mostly because it shows people being alive and stuff, whereas if you go through the game, you want to experience all the plot twists and everything that are happening. So I would be careful about watching that trailer. Just know that Last of Us 2 is coming. It is on its way. They said it was in very early development right now, so we don't know when. I would be shocked to see it next year. I'm thinking more like 2018 is my guess. But if you don't mind having it spoiled for you, you can go watch the trailer. Otherwise, keep away from it, just know it's coming. So yes, guys, they did not disappoint this year. There's so many games that they showed, so many. I have to go back and either read some publication on it, because I'm sure other people were doing what I was doing, which was writing down everything they could. I mean, I was typing like a mile a minute on my computer at one point, just going crazy, trying to get everything down. And it was tough, because they would not give us a break. But I gotta give it to them. That was an hour just jam-packed of games. They did a great job with it, and really, I think a lot of the people there got what they wanted to see. I think Sony really did a good job, and the only thing that would have put it over the top, obviously, is if Kingdom Hearts 3 was there in some playable form, or even just a trailer of some kind, because we are still waiting for that game with bated breath. I mean, everyone is just waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3. Maybe we'll see it at E3, I don't know. But I gotta give it to them. They did a great job. A lot of the stuff that they said was it's playable too, like a lot of the stuff. And then they kept coming out with stuff that's available today. So if you go on that PlayStation Marketplace now, I'm sure there's just tons of stuff that's new that's up there right now. So check it out. Good job, Sony. Good job, Sony. I'll keep an eye on anything else that pops up this weekend, but more than likely, we just got all of the big announcements now. I'm sure some random stuff will come out during interviews. You know, people ask hard-hitting questions, see if they can get anything out of developers. I would not expect anything major. I don't think we're gonna see any big game announcements, but good job, Sony. If you guys enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, all that stuff. YouTube makes us say that now, so we have to basically ask for likes and comments and stuff if we're gonna be anywhere near the top of the trending. I don't get on the trending much, so don't worry. But definitely do that, and definitely check out Newswave tonight. There's actually a lot of news that broke outside of PlayStation Experience that will be reported. Some really cool stuff, and some leaks too. Actually, some stuff got out before Street Date, and there's some details we know about a certain game. So definitely check out tonight for Newswave, and I will see you guys then.